G'day, my name's Cowandilla Clark, and today I'm in the Australian outback in search of the legendary Golden Fleece.
The humble sheep is an amazing animal that in some parts of the world outnumbers the people. The origin of the sheep can be found way back in prehistory. The Jurassic period saw the rise of Barosaurus lamb chop, and fossil evidence from the later Cretaceous period introduced us to the much smaller Sheepodontus rex. However, through the intervening centuries, sheep became an important part of human culture and civilization. An important source of food and fibre for clothing, the sheep well and truly took its place amongst mankind's favourite livestock. The sheep also found a place in the world of art. There aren't too many pieces of poetry in the English language that can challenge the heights of the wonderful Bar Bar Black Sheep, Have You Any Wool, written by that great rival of the bard himself, Mother Goose. The truth is that throughout history, few other animals have been able to rival humanity's fondness for the sheep, both alive and cooked. This could certainly be said of the country of Australia, one place where the sheep do outnumber the people. The great pioneer of the wool industry in Australia was a man by the name of John MacArthur. Besides bringing the merino into Australia, he was also known for being one of the leaders of the Rum Rebellion and the model for the old paper $2 note. Although his greatest contribution to Australian culture may in fact be the Australian quiff, which he modelled on the ram's horn of the merino sheep itself. In fact, by the time it came for John MacArthur to get his own commemorative stamp, they completely replaced his picture with that of a merino ram. However, there is one piece of information about John MacArthur that many Australians are unaware of. He was the first person to cross a kangaroo with a sheep, creating the first woolly jumper. But sheep aren't the only animal that human beings consider to be important. The ancients believed that the world rode on the back of a giant turtle. In fact, on the back of the turtle rode 4 elephants, who themselves carried the earth on their backs. In contrast to this, it's been said that Australia rode on the sheep's back. But since the decline of the Australian wool industry, this hasn't been the case. A testament to this past can be found in the large sheep scattered around various parts of Australia, currently out of a job. But despite the change in wool's fortunes, it still plays an important part in the textile industry. And sheep come in all shapes and sizes, and wool comes in a variety of colours. But for the ancient Greeks, it was one particular colour of wool that really got their pulses racing: the Golden Fleece. The fleece was from a golden flying ram called Chrysamelos. Jason and his Argonauts went on a quest to find it so he could be declared the rightful heir to the throne of Thessaly. However, some think the fleece may have been gold because wool was often used to sieve alluvial gold from rivers. In the 1970s, many Australians underwent their own quest for the Golden Fleece. It may not have helped you become king, but it definitely got you and your Argonauts fueled up and back on the road. The foreboding world of the Australian outback. Today I decided to cast my fleece and put my nose for finding ancient treasures to the test. I wanted to make sure that it was good as everybody says it was. Never one to follow the flock, I thought the Australian outback might be the best place to begin my search for the Golden Fleece. Other people would try Europe, the Middle East, even Asia. But with this part of the world and its population of sheep, I thought it was as good a place as any. After searching for some time, I began to worry that my nose had failed me, and I started to feel sheepish that I might fail at this quest. Though within 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, I'd gained some ground.
And as I've wandered through the outback today, I've come across that great resource of our country, the merino.
Psalm 65 verse 13 says, "The fields are covered with sheep, The valleys are full of wheat, everything shouts and sings for joy. And Psalm 79 verse 13 says, "Then we, your people, the sheep of your flock, will thank you forever and praise you for all time to come."
No matter how hard this search is, I'm never going to give up, because the golden fleece is worth searching for.
Everybody's looking for some kind of golden fleece to prove that they are worth something to the rest of the world, to show that they're more than just dag ends on a sheep's butt.
Well, this search is harder than I thought it would be, so I'm going to have to give up now and head up the track several hundred kilometres to the nearest two-horse town where I can get something to soothe my parched throat.
So as I push on, feeling a bit woolly, the words of Psalm 119 come to mind. I wander about like a lost sheep. Feeling a bit fly-blown and in need of a good drench, I became excited when I recognised the edge of civilization. I no longer felt like a dag, as my nose once again began to kick in, and I knew that I was near that which I was seeking. The Golden Fleece Hotel? Well, I was not to be fooled. I knew that it lay within my grasp. Soon the Golden Fleece would be in my own woolly mitts.
Aha! I think I may have found it.
Well, that's not the Golden Fleece, that's the Holy Grail, but that need'll wait for another day. Here we go, we're going to find it. Is this it? Are we nearly there? Eureka!
Well, after a very long day, that wasn't quite the outcome I was hoping for. I didn't find the golden fleece. I found the fleece of steel wool. It may not help me become a king, but it will help me clean the dishes. Anyway, the Bible talks about fleece too. The Bible talks about a fleece that is red as scarlet. In fact, God talks about how no matter how drenched in red your soul is, He can make you pure as wool. If you're carrying around a scarlet fleece, come and seek out the golden fleece. That is the God that loves you, and He will make you pure as white wool. Well, this is Cowandilla Clark signing off from another amazing adventure. I hope to see you soon. Bye.